Arvind is there right outside the Enforcement Directorate office. Arvind, take us through what's happening at the moment.
Divya, after 4 hours of questioning on day 2, Rahul Gandhi has just stepped out of the Enforcement Directorate office. So what we are being told is that he has been allowed to go for lunch. He has been given this lunch break, where after lunch break he is expected to return to the Enforcement Directorate office to resume further questioning in this National Herald case. So he arrived at the Enforcement Directorate office close to somewhere around 11:30 a.m. Since then, the agency questioned him till 3:30 p.m. So it's almost 4 hours of questioning today and almost over 10 hours of questioning yesterday. So in total, he has been questioned for almost 15 hours till this moment. So what we are being told is that after lunch break, Rahul Gandhi is expected to return to the Enforcement Directorate office, where the agency is expected to further question him and also record his statement under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act.
Arvind, even yesterday he was allowed to take a lunch break. I mean, we do know that he had reached the ED office a little after 11. He was made to leave the ED office also after almost 12 hours. That's after 11. But in between, he had got a lunch break. So where does Rahul Gandhi go for lunch, and how long will this lunch break be?
Divya, yesterday Rahul Gandhi went to his residence for lunch. He had this lunch at his residence along with his sister, and then both of them went to Gangaram Hospital to meet Sonia Gandhi, who is being currently treated at the hospital. So today he has just left the Enforcement Directorate office. He is on his way to his residence at Tuklak Lane. So probably after lunch, possibly after lunch, he might go to Gangaram Hospital like yesterday, but we are not sure. But as of this moment, he has just left the Enforcement Directorate office. He has gone to his residence. So only after lunch, we'll get to know whether he is going to the hospital or is directly coming to the Enforcement Directorate office for further questioning.
If you could just give us a sense of distance between the ED office and Rahul Gandhi's residence, how far is that drive?
Divya, it's hardly 5 minutes drive from the APJ Abdul Kalam Road to Tuklak Lane. So it's a matter of minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. It's something that it's not a long travel for Rahul Gandhi to move from his residence to the Enforcement Directorate office. So we have to wait and see whether he would be going to the Gangaram Hospital and then come to Enforcement Directorate office is something that we have to wait and watch for.
Right, Arvind, the 14 hours of questioning by the Enforcement Directorate spilt over 2 days, and these are visuals that we have on our screens right now of a little earlier this morning when, the massive protest taking place near the Congress Delhi head office on Akbar Road. The Youth Congress president also seen being dragged away by several police people, stuffed into a car. This was not just the top officials, but also women being heckled by the police during that protest that they were trying to sit in a peaceful protest. They had, in fact, no plans of doing this, but they were there in solidarity with, they just wanted to follow the car of Rahul Gandhi to the Enforcement Directorate office. However, they were detained way before they could even leave their headquarters.
Yeah, Divya, the Congress party is alleging that when their leaders, including the Member of Parliament, when they were on their way to the Congress office, right outside the Congress office here at the Akbar Road, they were detained by the Delhi police personnel, and then they have been taken to the various police stations across the National Capital Region. Almost all the MPs who attempted to reach the Congress office, they have been detained and they have been taken to the various police stations. But there are some leaders, including B.V. Srinivas, who is the Indian Youth Congress chief, he, along with the Youth Congress workers, he attempted to arrive at the Enforcement Directorate office, but the Delhi police personnel stopped them right outside the APJ Abdul Kalam Road, and almost all the workers were stuffed into the buses, and then they have been taken to the nearby police stations. The Congress party has been alleging that the police have been using excess force on them. In fact, yesterday, the Congress General Secretary Organization, K.C. Venugopal, said that he was manhandled by the Delhi police personnel, and then the Congress party had also shared the video of the same, and we also saw P. Chidambaram, the former union minister, also saying that he was also injured in this detention by the Delhi police personnel today. We did see similar kind of allegations from the Congress party, wherein they said that some of the women workers were also manhandled and mistreated by the Delhi police personnel.
Arvind, yesterday there were reports of people getting hurt in the process. What about today? And if you can mention the names of the top leaders who have been detained since morning today as well.
Divya, if you could see yesterday almost 459 Congress workers and leaders were detained across several districts. by the Delhi police personnel. But today we have not got the exact count of leaders, Congress leaders and workers who are being detained. But even today, several prominent Congress leaders, including K.C. Venugopal, who is the General Secretary organization, and also Rajya Sabha MP Randeep Surjewala, and several other Congress leaders have been detained by the Delhi police personnel and then have been taken to the various police stations.
Arvind, this also includes Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, who is saying that they are treating us like we are terrorists.
Yeah, Divya, even yesterday Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary had written a complaint to the Delhi police saying that he was manhandled by the Delhi police personnel, and then he had also said that he was injured during this entire detention. And today also he has said that the Delhi police is not even allowing the Congress leaders, Congress workers to arrive at the Congress headquarters. In fact, he is saying that Congress headquarters is a place that Congress workers, Congress leaders can easily access. But this time, according to them, they were not even allowed to enter the Congress office. And that's why they are saying that the Delhi police have detained them like terrorists. They are not even allowing them to walk in their own office. Is something, a serious allegation that the Congress party is leveling against the Delhi police.